Hello, I'm Bethany from Bethany Wellness. Join me for this self-compassion yoga class. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you could join me today for this very important self-compassion yoga class. So do you ever find yourself being your worst critic, being negative about yourself, being judgmental of yourself and critical? So this class will hopefully help retrain some of our inner critics so that we can meet ourselves with loving kindness. I have myself a blanket today because I'm choosing to do kind things and loving things for myself, and I'm a little chilly, so I have a blanket. I have a block because sometimes I like support in my yoga practice. So if you'd like to gather those things, you can. I also have one of my favorite beverages. I love kombucha, and this one is lavender love. That is one of my favorite flavors, and of course it has the word love in it. So I'm just surrounding my little space with love and kindness if you'd like to do that before we begin. We will start in Shavasana. So come to lying down in your mat. Begin to settle in to whatever's comfortable for you. If you'd rather have legs bent, that's fine. Just find what's going to be comfortable in your body. Meet yourself in that place. Take some full breaths in through your nose, out through your nose, or perhaps in through your nose, out through your mouth. And allow your breath to help you to settle into your mat, to settle into this present moment. And allow your thoughts to come from a place of compassion for yourself. So the word compassion also alludes to suffering. So sometimes we need to be aware of suffering before we meet ourselves with compassion. But as we're aware of the suffering, we're also aware that we are humans. We are not perfect. We will have struggles. We will mess up. We will just fail at things. How do we choose to meet ourselves in those places? Do we meet ourselves with warmth and kindness and compassion? Or do we meet ourselves in those places with judgment, criticism, negative self-talk? So there's different ways we can meet ourselves, and I would encourage you today to meet yourself with loving kindness, with grace, as you would a best friend, or as you would someone that you care for deeply. If they mess up, if they have suffering, how do you meet them? Choose to meet yourself in that same way, from a place of compassion. Exhale, hug your knees in. Give yourself a hug, meeting yourself with loving kindness. You know, it wasn't until I was in my early 20s that I discovered I had negative self-talk. When I say self-talk, I'm referring to the tapes or the recordings that go through your mind when you mess up, or when you feel inadequate, or when you have a failure. What is the self-talk? Mine was always from a place of negativity. I'm not good enough. I'm not worth it. Oh, why can't I just do better? It was just a lot of negative thinking patterns and tapes that would play over in my mind. And it wasn't until I went through some counseling that I recognized or found that out. It also wasn't until I started journaling my thoughts. So if you're finding yourself in those moments where you have negative self-talk, I would encourage you to keep a journal, write your thoughts down so that it's in those places of finding your patterns that you can change those patterns. Good. Exhale, overall stretch. Release your legs down, reach arms overhead. Stretch it out. You know what else I discovered in my negative self-talk was how critical I was of moments when I wasn't perfect. And if you think about that, why would we expect perfection from humans? We're humans. We are imperfect. That's part of the human experience. So next time you find yourself being imperfect, so in the next several minutes or in the next hour, just laugh about it. Just embrace it. Embrace the humanness. We're all experiencing the humanness together. Bring your feet to the mat. Bring your arms out to a T. Walk your feet to the wide edges of your mat. Exhale, windshield wiper legs to the left. Let your legs fall to the left. Inhale back to center. Let your legs fall to the right. Let's do that again. Inhale to center, legs fall to the left, exhale. Inhale, center, legs fall to the right, exhale. And come back to center. Reach your arms up, connecting palms overhead. Exhale, draw hands to connect at heart center, meeting yourself in this place with love and kindness, drawing in love and kindness for yourself. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, reach the arms out to T, lower them down to the ground. Inhale, arms overhead, palms connect. Exhale, draw it into heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Then slowly wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a hug, resting your hands on your shoulder blades. Pay attention to which elbow is on top. So just looking down, is it your left or right elbow? Inhale, reach arms out to a T, draw them down to the ground. Exhale, hug yourself. Other elbow comes over this time. So opposite the way it was. Inhale, open and expand. Arms come out to a T. Rise palms back, reaching up high, but connect palms. Then exhale, draw hands to heart center. Good. And keeping palms connected, reach arms overhead. Stretch legs out. So how many of you have funny stories of your imperfections, and do you share those stories with others in a humble manner, just with laughter? I have a lot. Let's see if I can share some of them today with you. Oh, the first one that comes to mind is when I teach yoga class in person. I have this wonderful student, John, I'm talking about you, that could always point out when I forgot a move or forgot a side. He'd say, "You forgot this." And then I would just giggle and laugh. "Thank you for telling me, John. Yes, you are correct. I did forget it." And we would just laugh and move on. I love those memories. Connect hands at heart center. Bring your feet to the mat. From here, bring your right hand to belly, left hand over heart center. Notice your belly rise and fall. Invite loving kindness for yourself on each inhale. On each exhale, let go of patterns and thoughts that do not benefit you, that do not treat you with love and kindness. Let those go. We're inviting warmth in this space, warmth and caring for yourself. Good. Exhale, hug knees in. What would your day feel like or look like if you met yourself with loving kindness in all situations, in all things? I'm going to guess we would feel less uptight. We would feel more loved, happier. I'm just guessing because I've been through it. I've noticed days where I'm negative self-talking and days where I'm not. The days feel quite different. Try it out to see if you notice. Begin to rock forward and back, hugging in, using your core strength to rise up to a seated position. Cross-legged pose, if that's accessible to you. I'm going to take a drink of my lavender love. If you have a tea with you today or you have some other beverage, Feel free to take a little drink. We're here more visiting today with a little bit of love and kindness. It's so good. I have one of my plants that's here. Just find a lot of joy with my plants. So surrounding yourself with love and joy. Connect here to your breath. I'd close my eyes just to find that quiet stillness that you draw in when you close your eyes. Hands resting down on your thighs, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, rise, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, connect, hands at heart center. Imagine drawing in compassion for yourself. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, side bend to the left. Release your left arm down. Gently stretch your side. See if you can take your gaze up. Also, if you can draw that shoulder back just a little bit. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Bring your right arm back behind you. See if you can connect the top of your hand to the back right hip. So it's kind of just wrapping around you. Inhale, rise the left arm up. Then exhale, gently side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Bring both arms high. Connect, hands at heart center. Gaze down. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, side bend to the right. Release your right arm down. Gently side bend. Take your gaze up and draw the shoulder back. Explore here. Maybe your gaze up is uncomfortable. Feel free to gaze down. Sometimes that feels nice. Inhale, both arms high. Release the arms down. Good. Now wrap the left arm back behind you. See if you can connect it towards your hip, towards your back. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Bring both arms high. Connect, hands at heart center, drawing in warmth and caring and love for self. Inhale, both arms high. And exhale, forward fold. Release your palms down. Steady breath. Inhale, rise back up. If you had your legs crossed, switch the crossing of your legs, or just switch your legs up if you need a change. Coming into butterfly pose, having your legs just open to a little bit of a wide forward, wide stretching out, whatever. Connect to breath, gaze down. And inhale, draw arms out to a T. Draw the arms back as you gaze up for seated cow. Exhale as you tuck and round seated cat. Draw your arms in front, tuck chin to chest. Again, inhale, open and expand. Gaze up, draw arms back. Exhale, tuck and round. Now go at your own pace. Link your breath with your movement. Feel that nice flow, flowing into self-compassion. Respecting and appreciating that you were brought into this world for a purpose, many purposes, not just one. And you're fearfully and wonderfully made by a God that loves you. One more opening and expanding. Exhale, tuck and round. Last time. Good. Then connect, hands at heart center. Gaze down. Release arms by sides. Shake it out. Good. And come into tabletop on your hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Gaze down. Inhale, let the belly soften down. Cow pose, gaze up. Exhale, tuck and round. Cat pose, gaze back. Rounding through the shoulders. Go at your own pace. Go through a few of these cow cats with your breath. What is your self-talk at this moment? What are your thoughts? Sometimes in yoga we talk about clearing thoughts. Today I want you to tune in and notice your thoughts. And if you notice they're negative or judgmental or do not benefit you, see if you can replace them with loving thoughts. Curl your toes, exhale, downward facing dog, lift hips high. See if you want to pedal this out a little bit. Just alternate bending right and left knee. Couple more breaths. Just waking up. Calf muscles, heels, back of your legs. Good. Inhale, right leg high, 3-limb dog. Draw your heel to your glute and open the hip to the right. Couple stretches here and breaths. Opening your side body. Good. Connect back, downward facing dog. Other side, lift left leg high, bend heel to glute, open the hip to the side, gazing under your arm. And release down, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you would like. Hinge from the hips, head hangs heavy. Ragdoll variation. Grab opposite elbow with your hands. Feel the gentle support of this pose as you open the back of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw hands to your shins. Shoulder blades come back behind you as you draw them together. Bring arms out to a T, then rise all the way up. Extended mountain. Baby back bend. Goal post your arms. Draw shoulder blades down. Gaze up. Opening heart center. It's almost like I hit the lights, right? Couple more breaths. Opening that heart center opens yourself to invite love with open arms. Inhale, rise arms up. Connect hands at heart center. Forward fold as you exhale. Step left foot back, low lunge. Right knee over, right ankle. Hands can support you with tripod fingers or fists. Release back knee. Runner's lunge. Walk that right foot out at a diagonal. Connecting here to the hands in the center of your mat. Palms connect to the mat. Right knee comes out at a diagonal. So finding openness through the right hip. Where's your breath? Your breath guides you into stillness, draws you into the present moment, helps you meet yourself with compassion when you're breathing nice, full, steady breaths, draws you into calm, helps clear our thoughts. Good. Connect back to center, low lunge, back knee lifts up. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw hands to shins. Nice flat back, creating a number 7. Draw arms out to T. Rise all the way up. Extended mountain. Connect hands at heart center. Gaze down. Perfect example of being human. I've got cords and cables that are messing with me today. There you go. There's another story. Another story to laugh about. Inhale, rise arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right arm behind you, left arm in front. Arms are to a T. Gaze is back. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left arm behind you, right arm in front. Gaze back. Inhale back to center, both arms high. Exhale as you come into chair. Sitting back in your chair, arms can be overhead, shoulder height, or heart center. You choose how low you'd like to sit into your chair today. If your feet are apart, knees match. If your feet are together, knees are together. One more breath. Remember, your arms can be shoulder height too if that's too tiring overhead. Connect hands to heart center. Exhale, forward fold. A lot of connection today with hands at heart center to draw you into self-compassion. Step right foot back, low lunge. Left foot is at the top of your mat. Hands frame your foot. Release back knee, runner's lunge. Walk your left foot off of the mat or out of this diagonal. Sometimes it's even nice to come to the blade side of your foot, so the lateral outer edge of your foot. And let the knee open a little bit to the side. Stay with breath. I'm going to ask you a tricky question. Are you ready? What do you like about yourself? What qualities or personality traits or even physical attributes do you like about yourself? Pretend you're your own friend, you're a best friend, complimenting you. And just absorb that, absorb those thoughts. Good. Connect the left foot back to center. Low lunge, back knee lifts up. Step left foot forward, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw hands to shins, draw shoulder blades back. Number 7 with your body. Bring arms out to a T, rise all the way up, extended mountain. Connect hands at heart center. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, baby back bend. Goal post your arms, gaze up. Soften the knees a little bit here. Inhale, both arms high. Connect hands at heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Give your head a nod, yes and no. Make sure you're not holding tension in the head or neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring hands to heart center, then rise up. Mountain pose, arms by your sides. Find your foundation through your feet. Good. And for our balancing pose, connect your right elbow in towards your ribs, towards the side. So you're going to just kind of have it connecting there so that your palm rotates out. And inhale, bring right foot in to your hand. So your hand will grab the arch side of your foot. Your thumb may even connect to the ball underneath your big toe, kind of the ball of your foot. Stay right here if you would like. Maybe this is your pose today. If you would like to grab your pants instead, if you can't quite reach your foot, that's fine. If you'd like to have a chair in front of you for support or a wall. If you have a strap or a belt and you want to place that around your ankles, there's lots of options to access the pose. Bring the left arm high if you'd like to explore and try the next part. And then you can even explore a little farther if you'd like to kick your top of your foot into your hand and allow your leg to open or hinge back behind you for dancer's pose. Steady breath. One more breath. And slowly release out. Release your leg, shake it out. So question for you, if you have a challenge with balancing poses, as many of us do, what do you say to yourself when you fail the pose, so to speak? I don't look at it as failing, but in our minds we might. So what do you say to yourself when you fall out of the pose or you can't quite just find your balance? Do you say, it's all right, I'm a human, I'm not perfect? Or do you give yourself criticism? So something to think about in our self-compassion series today. I was just bear swinging. Bear swing if you'd like. Let's do the other side. Left elbow connects inside your ribs. Bring the left foot into your left hand so your hand grabs the arch side of your left foot. Choose how you would like to meet yourself here. If you need a strap, if you need a chair, if you need to grab the pants instead of your foot, then you can bring the right arm up if you would like. We're exploring here what works in our own bodies, so find what works for you. If you'd like, you can kick your hand into your foot and allow that leg to hinge back behind you. Patience and grace are always practiced in balancing poses because we are asked to meet ourselves with patience and grace because balancing poses can be so finicky. Some days you might have it, some days you might not. Couple more breaths. Good, and slowly release out. Shake it all out. Bear swing. Sip of your favorite drink if you brought your drink today. Lavender love, loving the lavender. I don't have an affiliation with this company in case you're wondering. I just happen to like their beverages. All right, let's meet in downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high, 3-limb dog. Bend the knee, draw the heel to the glute, open the hip first, then exhale for half pigeon. Bring the right knee up to the right wrist. Left leg floats back behind you. And then from here, explore what's going to be comfortable. Is your knee compressed? Does your knee hurt in any way? If so, change the angle of your shin. Try less of an angle or more of an angle. Maybe you need to just stay upright. If you'd like, you can forward fold if that's comfortable. You can also come to resting down. Your forehead can rest if that's accessible and comfortable. I'm choosing to make a heart with my fingers. So I've got my heart opening here. I'm going to place my forehead in that heart. My heart-shaped fingers are a reminder to meet myself with love and kindness. What reminders do you place in your day or in your practice to meet yourself with love and kindness and warmth and caring and compassion? Take a couple more breaths. And slowly rise up, coming into tabletop or 3-limb dog, you choose. And then with the right knee bent, do large hip circles out to the side, forward circles and backward circles. Remember, you can do this from tabletop also. Then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts high, 3-limb dog. Bend your knee, draw heel to glute. Then half pigeon as you exhale. Left knee comes up to left wrist, right leg back behind you in the center. Explore where you would like to be for this side. Maybe this side's different than the other. Choose if you'd like to forward fold. If you'd like to, if you're in a little bit of a fold, coming back to maybe making a heart shape with your fingers, your pointer fingers and your thumbs. Choosing if you'd like to forward fold. Find your breath. Nice connection to a breathing pattern that is slow and calm and steady. A breathing pattern that draws you into the present moment. A breathing pattern that draws in loving kindness and lets go as you exhale anything that interferes. couple more breaths. And slowly begin to rise up. Exhale into three-limb dog or tabletop with the knee bent, the left knee bent. Do large hip circles out to the side. Good. Downward facing dog. Then release your knees. Coming into butterfly pose. Sit on your seat, on your tushy, and then bring the soles of your feet to connect in front of you. Here's where I choose to give my feet some love. So when you think about compassion, sometimes to find compassion for ourselves, it can come in many different forms. Treating our bodies well. Do you do things that are loving and kind to your body? Do you take care of your body, giving yourself little foot rubs or making sure you're getting a proper amount of sleep or managing your stress? And then, of course, self-compassion can come in the form of self-talk, how we process things when we find out that we're not perfect, or we find out that we failed at something. How do you talk to yourself? What are the recordings in your mind? And then just realizing that you were put here for a purpose. You are here on earth to be you, to be who you are, and to give yourself grace, compassion, and permission to be who you are. And yes, there's things we don't like about ourselves. That's fine. We can still meet ourselves with grace and love and work on those things, work on changing those things, but make sure you're doing so with loving kindness. All right, let's lay down on the mat. Feel free to grab your items that you might have brought for comfort and warmth. Just reach overhead, overall stretch. Nice breath. Exhale, hug knees in. Widen your knees if that feels better, or bring them closer together. Release your feet down for spinal twist. Bring arms to a T. If you like a deeper twist, bring your feet closer together. More gentle, feet would be far apart. Inhale first. Exhale, legs release to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, legs release to the right. You can gaze up or to the left. Inhale back to center. Hug knees in one final time. Think about as you're hugging those knees, if you could give them just a little more of a squeeze, giving yourself a loving hug. And then release for final surrender, Shavasana. Finding what's comfortable for you. If you would like a blanket, if you would like to have your legs stretched out or have your legs bent. Let this feel like a cozy place for you to be in this moment. Connect to breath. Let's come into some box breathing. So just imagine you drew a square on a piece of paper. So in your mind's eye, picture that square. It has 4 sides. So we're going to do a breathing pattern that has 4, what's the word I'm looking for? I just had a total brain freeze. 4 different sections that we're going to do for our breathing, 4 different actions. So first, inhale through your nose for the count of 4. Hold your breath for the count of 4. Exhale out your mouth for the count of 4. Hold your breath for the count of 4. Let's do that 2 more times, picturing your square and your 4 actions in your breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. And after your last box breath, settle into a breathing pattern that's comfortable for you, that is full, that comes from the belly and goes up to the shoulders with each inhale. And then pause for a moment before you exhale. I want you to end your practice today promising to yourself to give yourself compassion, to meet yourself with warmth and care and love and kindness. Know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that you are here on this earth for a reason, that there's only one you, one special, specific you, uniquely you. And loved. Allow your breath to draw you into relaxation. Each breath helps you to sink down to the ground. Each exhale helps you to let go of anything that does not serve you. Allow the muscles in your face to relax. Your forehead opens, eyebrows and eyelids are soft, nostrils release, mouth and jaw neutral. Settling into your mat a little more deeply with each breath. Feeling relaxed from head to toe. Feeling full of love. Feeling at peace in your mind, your body, your spirit. Final surrender, Shavasana. And bring your awareness back to this place. Take a nice deep breath. Reach arms overhead, overall stretch. And slowly roll to your right side. Use your arm as a pillow. And slowly rise up. Thank you so much. It was my honor to guide you through your practice. I hope you felt some loving kindness towards yourself during this practice, but more importantly, I hope you feel it as you go through your day and the rest of this week, and that you replace maybe old negative patterns with self-compassion and with loving kindness. We'll end with namaste. The teacher in me honors the teacher in you. Namaste. Be well.